You're drifting off with WSLP AM, Big Rapids.
WSLP, Sleep Baseball.
The Northwoods Baseball Radio Network presents Sleep Baseball. Tonight, from Sam Nolan Field in Manistee, Michigan, it's the Manistee Eagles hosting the South Haven Ravens of South Haven, Michigan. And now, the voice of the Quint Cities, Wally McCarthy.
Look at the size of this tomato I got out of Giovanni Gasparo's garden. Don't tell him. And a good evening once again, friends. It's Wally McCarthy and producer Phil back with you on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network. And this evening we're broadcasting from the shores of Lake Michigan at beautiful Sam Nolan Field. And tonight we're pleased to announce that the Eagles' beloved bat dog is back in service. Buddy the Basset Hound. He's all suited up and ready to go to work, and he got a nice round of applause from the fans here in Manistee. And it is a perfect night for a ball game here at Sam Nolan Field. 74 degrees at game time with just a hint of a breeze blowing in from right field. Let's take a look at the starting nine for the visiting South Haven Ravens. Jerry Durante will lead off in center field. Batting second and playing second base, Hector Pena. First baseman Shecky Washington will bat third. Left fielder Sherman Hawkins will be in the cleanup spot this evening. Batting fifth and playing right field, Steve McDykel. Third baseman Brandon Carlisle will bat sixth. Batting seventh, catcher and manager Hap Bronswell. Shortstop Joshua Gonzalez will bat eighth. And batting ninth, left-handed starting pitcher Frank Gibson. Gibson enters tonight's contest with a record of 10-7 with a 3.95 ERA. Those are the Ravens. Here are the Manistee Eagles. Leading off, third baseman Ali Nunez. Second baseman Rodrigo Merrihew will bat second. Batting third, right fielder Billy Joe Rickson. First baseman Gian Haggerty will bat cleanup. Center fielder Lincoln Smathers will bat fifth. Batting sixth, catcher J.B. Gantry. Left fielder Mickey Navarro will bat seventh. Batting eighth, shortstop Tito McCaskill. And batting ninth, right-handed starting pitcher Billy the Burro Brello. The Borough enters tonight's game with a record of 12-7, with a 4.16 earned run average. And the Eagles are managed by veteran skipper Ray Chandler. And before we're underway here at the Birdhouse, it's time for producer Phil to pull a name out of the fishbowl for tonight's Instagram winner. If you'd like your name to be added to the fishbowl, head over to sleepbaseball.com and follow us on Instagram. If that sounds like the kind of thing you're into. And tonight's winner is Jeff H. Congratulations, Jeff. Producer Phil will be in touch on Instagram to sort out the exciting details. And Crew Chief Cedric Weatherspoon hollers play ball, and we're underway here at Sam Nolan Field. And Jerry Durante checks in against Billy the Burro Brello. A righty-righty matchup. And Brello's pitch. And that one is hammered foul and out of play, 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder to second. Merrihew scoops it up and flips to first to retire Durante for the first out of the inning. And here's Hector Pena with one away and nobody aboard. Pena is a switch hitter and he'll bat left against Brello. And the pitch. Fastball high and tight. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fouled back and out of play. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And he fouls another one off. 1-2. And the 1-2. Hit in the air to right center. Rickson drifting back. And he puts the squeeze on it for out number 2. So 2 down, bases empty for Shecky Washington. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Slapped into deep left field. That one drops in and bounces off the wall. Washington heading for second. And he'll reach standing up. And that's a 2-out double for Shecky Washington here in the first. So a runner on second, 2 outs for Sherman Hawkins, a righty-righty matchup. And Brello from the stretch. Curveball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hard grounder left side. That one gets past a diving Nunez. Washington will come in to score. And that's an RBI single for Sherman Hawkins. And the Ravens are on the board here in the top of the first. And here's Steve McDykel with 2 down and a runner on. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Bouncer to second. Merrihew has it and tosses to first to retire McDykel to end the inning. But the Ravens get on the board. And after a half, it's Ravens 1, Eagles coming up. Here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, friends. This is Billy the Burro Brello. I'm proud to announce that there's a brand new WSLP gift shop with all your favorite gear from around the league. Available now at sleepbaseball.com. While you're there, you can also sign up for Wally's World, Mr. McCarthy's infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter, and become a member of the WSLP fan club. Listener-supported WSLP at sleepbaseball.com. Tell them the Burra sent you.
Ravens leading 1-0 as we begin the last of the first here at Sam Nolan Field. And Ali Nunez digs in against Frank Gibson. Lefty versus righty. And Gibson's pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Grounder to second. Pena with plenty of time, and he scoops it up and flips to first for out number 1. And Buddy the Basset Hound gets a nice hand as he collects Ollie's bat. And here's Rodrigo Merrihew with 1 away and nobody on. A lefty-lefty matchup. And the pitch. Fastball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Chopped foul of third. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Bouncer to short. Gonzalez gathers it and fires to first to retire Merrihew for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up the hot-hitting Billy Joe Rickson. Rickson is a switch hitter and he'll bat right against Gibson. And the pitch. Hit in the air to left center. Durante drifting over. And he makes the catch to end the inning. Frank Gibson sets them down in order. And with 1 in the books, it's Ravens 1, Eagles nothing. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hey there, it's Dana Dedrick, and I'm thrilled to bring you Love Notes, where we blend the best of smooth jazz and relationship advice to create a cozy, late-night listening experience. Finding love and keeping it doesn't have to be so mysterious. Tune in weeknights at 10 p.m. to unwind with some mellow melodies and get tips on how to build and maintain healthy relationships. Love Notes, weeknights at 10 p.m. on WSLP, Big Rapids.
Top of the second inning here at the Birdhouse, Sam Nolan Field. The Ravens leading 1-0, and they'll bring the 6, 7, and 8 batters up against Billy the Burro Brello. And Brandon Carlisle steps in. Carlisle is a switch hitter and he'll bat left against Brello. And the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hit in the air to center field. Routine play for Smathers. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And Hap Bronswell stands in with 1 away and nobody on. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Curveball down low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And that fastball is outside. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball down low. And Brello falls behind. 3-1. And the pitch. And that curveball is called a strike, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Hit in the air to deep center field. Smathers drifting back. And he makes the catch on the warning track for out number 2. And here's Joshua Gonzalez with 2 outs and nobody aboard. A righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Curveball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Hit in the air to left center. And that one falls into the gap for a hit. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Gonzalez heading for second, and he slides in safely ahead of the throw. And that's a 2-out double for Joshua Gonzalez. And Frank Gibson checks in with a runner on second and 2 down. Righty against lefty. And the pitch. Hammered foul and out of play. 0-1. The 0-1. Chopper to second. Merrihew handles it and flips to first to retire Gibson to end the inning. The Ravens do not score, and after 1.5, it remains Ravens 1, Eagles nothing. We'll be back with more baseball in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Last of the second inning here in Manistee. And it's a perfect night for a ball game here on the shores of Lake Michigan. The Ravens leading 1-0, and Gian Haggerty checks in against Frank Gibson. Lefty against righty. And Gibson's pitch. Hit in the air to right center field. McDykel racing back. And he will run out of room as that one sails over the wall. And that's a long, lazy solo home run for Gian Haggerty. And we're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second. And here's Lincoln Smathers with nobody on and nobody out. A lefty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fastball fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. And that fastball misses low. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Chopper is short. Gonzalez has it and fires to first to retire Smathers for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up J.B. Gantry with one away and nobody on. Lefty against righty. And the pitch. Hit in the air to left field. Hawkins will have room. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And here's Mickey Navarro with 2 down and nobody on. A lefty-lefty matchup. And Gibson's pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. And he fouls another one off. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Gonzalez handles it and tosses to first to retire Navarro to end the inning. But the Eagles tie things up thanks to a solo blast by Gian Haggerty. And with 2 in the books, it's Ravens 1, Eagles 1. We'll be back with the 3rd inning in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Buddy Palmer here from Palmer's Pro Shop at the Whispering Pines Municipal Golf Course. We've got clubs, we've got pull carts, we got visors, gloves, and other handsome golf attire. And if you need to brush up on your game, enjoy a lesson or two from one of our expert instructors. Come on by and see us at the Whispering Pines Municipal Golf Course, just north of Big Rapids on Northland Drive. Palmer's Pro Shop, serving the Quint City since 1975.
Top of the 3rd inning here at Sam Nolan Field. The Ravens and Eagles are tied at 1, and Jerry Durante steps in at the top of the Ravens order against Billy the Burro Brello. Durante grounded out in the 1st inning. And the pitch. Grounder to second. Merrihew gathers it and shovels to first to retire Durante for the 1st out of the inning. And that will bring up Hector Pena with 1 down and nobody aboard. Pena flied out his 1st time up. And Brello's pitch. And he takes a curveball for a called strike 1. And the 0-1. Bouncer back to the mound. Brello has it and tosses to first to retire Pena for out number 2. And Shecky Washington digs in with 2 down and nobody on. Washington had a double and scored a run in the 1st. And the pitch. Curveball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Hit in the air to deep right. Rickson drifting back. And he makes the catch on the warning track to end the inning. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Billy the Burro Brello. And after 2.5, we're still tied at 1 here in Manistee. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, this is Winston T. Winston, President of WSLP Radio. I'd like to invite you to the Big Rapids Airport Lounge for a special night of fun and brevity with Frank Gilbert. It's WSLP night on the main stage, and fun is guaranteed for all. The 2-for-1 margaritas go well with the comedy stylings of Frank Gilbert and Fritz Ortega's Super Nachos. I hope to see you at WSLP night at the Big Rapids Airport Lounge. Save a seat for me, Winston T. Winston.
Wally McCarthy and producer Phil back with you from Sam Nolan Field for the last of the third. The Ravens and Eagles are tied at 1, and Tito McCaskill steps in against Frank Gibson. McCaskill is a switch hitter, and he'll bat right against Gibson. And the pitch. Fastball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Chopper to short. Gonzalez is up with it, and he fires to first to retire McCaskill for out number 1. And that will bring up Billy Brello in the 9 spot. Lefty against righty. And the pitch. Fastball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hard grounder down the left field line. That one is fair and will roll into the corner. Brello turning on the gas. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Billy the Burro Brello. So a runner on second and one away for Ali Nunez at the top of the Eagles' order. Nunez grounded out in the first. And Gibson from the stretch. Fastball misses low. 1-0. and the 1-0. Hammered foul and out of play, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder to third, and Brello is going to be caught in a rundown. And he'll be tagged out by Carlisle for out number 2. Meanwhile, Nunez is aboard on the fielder's choice. And if you're scoring at home, that's a 5-6-5 putout. So 2 down now, a runner on first for Rodrigo Merrihew. Merrihew grounded out in the first. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball high and tight. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Hit in the air to right field. McDykel is under it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. The Eagles do not score, and with 3 in the books, it remains Ravens 1, Eagles 1. We'll be back in a moment with the 4th inning here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
$10 AV. Specializing in Betamax and multi-regional DVD. The only such service in the Quint City area. $10 AV.
Top of the 4th here in Manistee at Sam Nolan Field. Ballgame tied at 1, and Sherman Hawkins is due up for the Ravens against Billy the Burro Brello. Hawkins singled home the Ravens' only run in the first. And Brello's pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Grounder up the middle, and that one gets through the infield for a base hit. And Hawkins is aboard with a leadoff single. So a runner on first and nobody out for Steve McDykel. McDykel grounded out in the first. and Brello from the stretch. Fastball called strike one. And the 0-1. Hammered foul and into the stands. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Hit in the air to deep right field. Rickson racing back. And he'll run out of room as that one sails over the wall. And that's a 2-run homer for Steve McDykel. And the Ravens now lead 3-1. So bases cleared, still nobody out for Brandon Carlisle. Carlisle flied out in the second. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hit in the air to center field. Smathers is there. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And here's Hap Bronswell with one away and nobody on. Bronswell flied out his first time up. And the pitch. Fastball misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Curveball down low. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 2-1. And the 2-1. Grounder to first. Haggerty will have it unassisted, and he steps on the bag to retire Bronswell for out number 2. And Joshua Gonzalez steps in with 2 down and nobody on. Gonzalez had a double in the first. And the pitch. Curveball low and outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball misses low. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. And that fastball is called a strike. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Slider in the dirt. And Brello falls behind. 3-1. And the 3-1. Changeup misses outside, and that's a 2-out walk for Joshua Gonzalez. So a runner on first, 2 down for Frank Gibson. Gibson grounded out in the second. And the pitch. Hard grounder to third. Nunez is up with it, and he fires to first to retire Gibson to end the inning. But the Ravens add a pair, and after 3.5, it's Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Last of the fourth here in Manistee at Sam Nolan Field. The Ravens leading 3-1. The Eagles will bring the 3, 4, and 5 batters up against Frank Gibson. And Billy Joe Rickson steps in. Rickson flied out in the first. And Gibson's pitch. Fastball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Slider misses low. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Chopper to second. Pena scoops it up and flips to first to retire Rickson for out number 1. And Gian Haggerty will step in. Haggerty had a solo home run in the second inning. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Skied foul and out of play. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air to shallow right. McDykel drifting in. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And here's Lincoln Smathers with 2 down and nobody on. Smathers grounded out in the second. And the pitch. Hit in the air to deep right. McDykel is under it. And he makes the catch to end the inning. Three up, 3 down for Frank Gibson. And with 4 in the books, it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back with more in a moment here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Salty Sal of Salt City Confections. In addition to our world-famous popcorn balls, try our bonbons, rock candy, and nut-covered sweetmeats. We're located on the Manistee Riverwalk next to the world's largest cupcake. Salt City Confections. Your confection connection.
The Ravens leading 3-1 as we begin the top of the 5th. And Jerry Durante steps in at the top of the Ravens' order against Billy the Burro Brello. Durante is 0 for 2 this evening. And Brello's pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball upstairs. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider misses low. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Chopper fouled on the third base line. 2-2. And the 2-2. Curveball down low, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Smathers is under it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And Hector Pena steps in with 1 away and nobody aboard. Pena flied out in the first and grounded out in the third. And the pitch. Hit in the air to shallow right. Haggerty calling for it. And he makes the catch in foul territory for the second out of the inning. And here's Shecky Washington with 2 down and the bases empty. Washington is 1 for 2 with a double in the first. And the pitch. Hit in the air to deep center. Smathers drifting back. And he makes the catch on the warning track to end the inning. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Billy Brello here in the top of the 5th. And it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back with more baseball in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, this is Tim at Baraboo Necessities. Where can you go in Baraboo to find everything you need? That's Baraboo Necessities on Berkeley Boulevard. The first 10 customers that come to our grand reopening get a Baraboo Bombers baseball cap. Baraboo Necessities, we've got what you need.
Last of the 5th here in Manistee. The Ravens leading 3-1. The Eagles will bring the 6, 7, and 8 batters up against Frank Gibson. And J.B. Gantry checks in. Gantry flied out in the 2nd inning. And Gibson's pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hard grounder left side. And that one skips through the infield for a base hit. And Gantry is aboard with a leadoff single. And it looks like Buddy the Basset Hound is going to be done for the evening. He's currently conked out in front of the dugout. and he'll be carried gingerly into the clubhouse to continue his nap. So a runner on first, nobody out for Mickey Navarro. Navarro grounded out in the second inning. And Gibson from the stretch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Slider misses low. 1-1. The 1-1. Popped up right side. Washington is under it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And here's Tito McCaskill with 1 down and a runner on. McCaskill grounded out in the third. And the pitch. Grounder to short. Gonzalez to second for 1. Over to first in time. And that's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. We've played 5 here at Sam Nolan Field. And it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back in a moment after these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hey kids, this is Blink Rederson. I'm here at Ted's Fishing World, and I just want to say they've got some great deals for people that like to fish or wish they could fish. They have reels, and they have lures, and they have bait. RLB, they call it. You can get the RLB specials 25% off if you mention my name, Blink Rederson. Ted's Fishing World. If fishing's in your head, trust Ted. Ted.
Top of the 6th inning here at Sam Nolan Field on the shores of Lake Michigan. The Ravens leading 3-1, and Sherman Hawkins steps in against Billy the Burro Brello. Hawkins is 2 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Slider called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball misses low. 1-1. and the 1-1. Hit in the air to right center. Smathers drifting over. And he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And here's Steve McDykel with one away and nobody aboard. McDykel is 1 for 2 with a home run in the fourth. And the pitch. Bouncer to short. McCaskill has it and fires to first to retire McDykel for out number 2. And Brandon Carlisle steps in with 2 down and nobody on. Carlisle is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Chopper fouled on the third base line. 0-1. And the 0-1. Line drive, base hit into shallow left. And Carlisle is aboard with a 2-out single. And Hap Bronswell will step in with 2 down and a runner on. Bronswell is 0 for 2 this evening. And Brello from the stretch. Chopper to second. Merrihew is up with it and he flips to first to retire Bronswell to end the inning. The Ravens do not score. And after 5.5, it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back with more baseball in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Last of the 6th here in Manistee. The Ravens leading the Eagles 3-1, and Billy the Burro Brello checks in against Frank Gibson. And Gibson's pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Hit in the air, right side. McDykel is under it. and he makes the catch for out number 1. And that will bring up Ali Nunez at the top of the Eagles' order. And the pitch. Curveball paints the corner for a called strike 1. And the 0-1. Bouncer to third. Carlisle collects it and fires to first to retire Nunez for out number 2. And Rodrigo Merrihew steps in with 2 down and nobody aboard. Merrihew is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Hammered foul and into the stands. 0-1. And the 0-1. And he fouls another one off. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball called strike 3. And Merrihew strikes out to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Frank Gibson here in the bottom of the 6th. And it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back with the 7th inning in a moment here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Gent Fredner, Mayor of Big Rapids. I'd like to invite you to tune in to the Quint Cities Celebrity Golf Invitational, or even better, join us in person. Guests include Galvin McLeod Jr., Blinky Malone, Fritz Ortega. Oh, and did I mention Beans Captain Bender Sorensen? Join me, Gent Fredner, Quint City Celebrity Golf Invitational, only on WSLP.
Top of the 7th on this beautiful night for a ball game here in Manistee. The Ravens holding on to a 3-1 lead, and Joshua Gonzalez checks in against Billy the Burro Brello. Gonzalez had a double in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. And Brello's pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hammered foul down the right field line. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high. 1-2. And the 1-2. Popped up over the plate. Gantry is camped under it, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And here's Frank Gibson in the 9 spot with 1 away and nobody on. Gibson is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Slider down low. 1-0. The 1-0. Curveball runs inside. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fisted foul and out of play. 2-1. And the 2-1. And he fouls another one off. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a low fastball. And Gibson is down on strikes for out number 2. And that will bring up Jerry Durante at the top of the Ravens order. Durante is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. And he takes a fastball for a called strike 1. And the 0-1. Fastball up and in. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air to left field. Navarro will have room. And he makes the catch to end the inning. The Burro sets them down in order. And as we head into the stretch, it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back in a minute with more baseball, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
You know me. This is it, Uncle Hat. It makes sense that Lake City would have the finest water ski emporium in the world, because Lake City is the home of water skiing. It's where it was invented. I want to tell you about the good folks at Samuelson's Ski Shop there in Lake City. They got everything you need for water skiing. Skis, cable parks, life jackets, soft shells. You know the drill. Why don't you go on into Samuelson's Ski Shop and tell them that Uncle Hat said hi.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Sam Nolan Field. Wally McCarthy and producer Phil back with you. The Ravens leading 3-1, and the Eagles will bring the 3, 4, and 5 batters up against Frank Gibson. And Billy Joe Rickson steps in. Rickson flied out in the 1st and grounded out in the 4th. And Gibson's pitch. Hit in the air to deep right. And that one will knuckle foul and into the seats. And the 0-1. Chopper to first. Washington will have it unassisted. And he steps on the bag to retire Rickson for out number 1. And here's Gian Haggerty with 1 away and nobody on. Haggerty is 1 for 2 with a home run in the 2nd inning. And the pitch. Curveball misses low and in. 1-0. And the 1-0. And that curveball is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider down low. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball called a strike. 2-2. And the 2-2. Looper into shallow center. That one falls into the gap. And Haggerty is aboard with a 1-out single. So a runner on first, 1 away for Lincoln Smathers. Smathers is 0 for 2 this evening. and Gibson from the stretch. Grounder to short. Gonzalez to second for one. Over to first in time. And that's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. We've played 7 here at Sam Nolan Field, and it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back with the 8th inning after these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello. You know me. This is Ed Uncle Hat. My good friends at Ed Horn's House of Sleep asked me to drop by and talk to you a minute about their mattresses and other sleep-related items. Beds, headboards, nightcaps, and essential oils. They just added the essential oils last week. Ed Horn's wife, Beatrice, got over there, and she's really into the essential oils. She makes her own. They have a few little tubs out back. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Ed Horn's House of Sleep. You don't need to count your sheep if you go to Ed Horn's House of Sleep. Ed Horn.
Top of the 8th here in Manistee. The Ravens leading the Eagles 3-1. And Hector Pena steps in against Billy the Burro Brello. Pena is 0 for 3 this evening. And Brello's pitch. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Hammered foul and out of play. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball way outside. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Hard grounder up the middle. That one gets through. And Pena is aboard with a leadoff single. So a runner on first, nobody out for Shecky Washington, who is 1 for 3 with a double in the first. And Brello from the stretch. Hit in the air to right field. Rickson drifting in. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Pena will hold it first. And here's Sherman Hawkins with a runner on and 1 away. Hawkins is 2 for 3 this evening. and Brello's pitch. Fastball up and in, 1-0. And the 1-0. Hit in the air to shallow left. Mary Hugh is calling for it, and he puts the squeeze on it for out number 2. And Steve McDykel checks in with 2 down and a runner on first. McDykel is 1 for 3 tonight with a home run in the 4th. And the pitch. Chopped foul down the third base line. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater, and McDykel strikes out to end the inning. The Ravens do not score, and after 7.5, it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is the Reverend Ira Gay for the Buckstop Inn Community Theater. I hope you'll join me for their production of Our Town. The Buckstop Inn Community Theater, making things happen.
Ravens 3, Eagles 1 here in Manistee as we begin the bottom of the 8th. And J.B. Gantry steps in against Frank Gibson. Gantry is 1 for 2 this evening. And Gibson's pitch. Curveball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fouled back and out of play. 0-2. And the 0-2. Hit in the air to deep right. McDykel racing back, and he makes the catch on the warning track for the first out of the inning. And Mickey Navarro checks in with 1 down and nobody on. And the pitch. Hard grounder to short. Gonzalez handles it and fires to first to retire Navarro for out number 2. And here's Tito McCaskill with 2 down and nobody on. McCaskill is 0 for 2 this evening. And the pitch. Curveball, called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Chopper to third. Carlisle is up with it, and he fires to first just in time to retire McCaskill to end the inning. With 8 in the books, it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. And we'll be back with the 9th inning in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, this is Ed Uncle Hat for Ed Horton's House of Sleep. Ed called me up the other day to help get the word out for his going out for business sale. Seems Ed fell asleep at the wheel there, and the pole barn is stacked to the rafters with mattresses, headboards, lamps, and these new gummies they got there behind the counter. They're supposed to help you sleep. I tried one the other day, and I slept like a baby. I woke up every 3 hours. That's an old joke. Actually, I slept for a day and a half, but that's neither here nor there. They don't have essential oils at the moment because of the mishap, but Beatrice is fine. Anyway, come on down to Ed Horton's House of Sleep. You don't need to count your sheep if you go to Ed Horton's House of Sleep. Ed Horton.
Top of the 9th inning here in Manistee. The Ravens leading 3-1, and they'll bring the 6, 7, and 8 batters up to face Billy the Burro Brello. And Brandon Carlisle steps in. Carlisle is 1 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fouled back and out of play. 0-2. The 0-2. Fastball down low. 1-2. and the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a low slider, and Carlisle is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. And Hap Bronswell steps in with one away and nobody on. Bronswell is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Curveball down and in. 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air to left field. Navarro will have room. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And here's Joshua Gonzalez with 2 down and nobody on. And the pitch. Curveball misses high. 1-0. And the 1-0. Grounder to second. And Merrihew will not be able to hold on to that one. And Gonzalez pulls safely into first. And that's going to be an error on Rodrigo Merrihew. Score that one E4. So a runner on and 2 down for Frank Gibson. And the pitch. Chopped foul off to the right. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball inside. 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled back and out of play. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a low curve. And Gibson strikes out to end the inning. The Ravens do not score, and after 8.5, it remains Ravens 3, Eagles 1. We'll be back with the last of the ninth in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Wally McCarthy and producer Phil back with you at Sam Nolan Field for the last of the ninth. The Ravens holding on to a 3-1 lead. And Stuart Camacho will step in to pinch hit for Billy the Burro Brello. Frank Gibson returns to the mound for the Ravens. A lefty-righty matchup. And Gibson's pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball up and in. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. And that fastball is called a strike. 2-1. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss on a high heater. 2-2. And the 2-2. Curveball down low, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Slider in the dirt. And Camacho is aboard with a leadoff walk. And Ali Nunez steps in at the top of the Eagles' order with nobody out and a runner on first. And Gibson from the stretch. Fastball misses wide. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fouled back and out of play. 1-1. The 1-1. And he fouls another one off. 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a low curve. And Nunez is down on strikes for out number 1. And here's Rodrigo Merrihew with a runner on and one away. Merrihew is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Fastball down low, 1-0. And the 1-0. Hammered foul and out of play, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up, shallow right. Pena is under it. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And Billy Joe Rickson steps in. The Eagles down to their final out. Rickson represents the tying run. And the pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Slider misses low, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Lifted to right field. McDykel will have room. And he makes the catch to end the ball game. So the Ravens take this one on the road by a score of 3-1. For the victorious South Haven Ravens, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. And for the hometown Manistee Eagles, 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error. Producer Phil and I will be back with the post-game show in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.